Good morning. I would just like to welcome you all to this year's annual graduation ceremony. Before the ceremony commences, could I draw your attention to page 27 of your programme, which gives instructions on the emergency procedures to follow in the event of a fire. Secondly, could I ask you all to switch off your mobile phones before the start of the ceremony? I'd also like to remind you that there is a celebration for all graduates and guests at the Grimsby Minster. After the ceremony, we will process through the town to the Minster. Could you please stand as the platform party enters? Please be seated. Please be seated. Erica Stoddard, Chair of Governors, the University Centre Grimsby, will give the opening address.
Good morning, everybody. It's lovely to see an absolutely full hall, and it's lovely to see all the students here today. I just want to welcome and thank a number of people for attending today. So first of all, the Worshipful, the Mayor of the Borough of North East Lincolnshire, Councillor Terry Walker, the Principal Guest, Ellie Monkhouse, the Associate Dean International of Hull University, Dr. Amanda Lee, staff that are here today, the students and family and friends. Just wanted to say a few words about family and friends here today and just really welcome you here. I've been through 2 periods of study later on in my life, and I know that without my husband's support I would have never have got through, especially in the February days just before exams are coming in May, June time, when you just think you're never going to get there. And it's lovely to see so many of you here today, and we really, really welcome you here because you can actually see the success of your loved ones that are now sitting here on my right. So just really want to thank you for all of your support over, for some people it might have been a couple of years, for some people it would have been over 3 years, because without you, the likelihood is that it would have been a much more difficult journey. So it's really, really lovely to see you. I hope that you enjoy the day and enjoy the procession through town, which is a wonderful event, and that you will stay with us at the Minster at the end for refreshments. Thank you very much, and now over to the ceremony.
Thank you, Erica. We will now move on to the presentation of the academic prizes. The following prizes will be presented by Ellie Monkhouse, our principal guest. The School of Education and Social Science Dedication Award for BA Honours Criminological Studies with Social Science goes to Emma Dilks. The School of Education and Social Science Dissertation Excellence Award for BA Honours Criminological Studies with Social Science goes to Hayley Stewart. The Grimsby Institute Award for Outstanding Commitment for BSc Honours Applied Psychology is awarded to Candice Lee. The Yorkshire and Humber East Lifelong Learning Network Outstanding Achievement Award for BSc Honours Health and Social Care is awarded to Ellis Powell. The Northern Lincolnshire and Goole Hospitals NHS Foundation Trust Award for Outstanding Commitment to Adult Health and Care for AFDSC Hospital and Healthcare is awarded to Whitney Bartlett. The Navigo Prize for Excellence in the Study of Mental Health for FDSC Mental Health Studies Nursing is awarded to Carrie Harris. The Faculty of Health, Wellbeing and Society Award for Outstanding Potential in Health and Social Care for FDSC Health and Social Care goes to Holly Delaney. The Clinical Commissioning Group Award for Outstanding Potential in Health and Social Care for FDSC Community Mental Health is awarded to Melanie Barlow. The Annette Fitzsimmons Memorial Prize for commitment to working with young people for FDSC Community Mental Health is awarded to Caroline Tuck. And that concludes the academic prizes presentation today. Thank you, Ellie. We will now move on to the presentation of the awards. The University of Hull Awards will be conferred by Associate Dean International, Dr. Amanda Lee. All of the awards will be presented by principal guest, Ellie Monkhouse. For BA Honours Criminological Studies with Social Science, Leanne Claude. With First Class Honours, Emma Dilks. Miranda Dice. Taya Gollins. Alexandra Greenwood. Gemma Hay. Dana Jervis Williams. Alexandra Knight. Billy McNulty. Bethany Mosley. Lauren Riley. Shannon Smith. With first class honours, Hayley Stewart. Elizabeth Wraith. BA Criminological Studies with Social Science, Rose Mahoney Moore. On BSc Honours, Applied Psychology, Rachel Almond. Katie Grice-Lees. Louise Kernacan. With first class honours, Candice Lee. Sarah Nowell. Louise Paxton. Carl Taylor. Donna Wilkinson. Emily Wood. On BSc Honours, Health and Social Care Top-Up, Jessica Chesman. Sophie Collins Barker. Bryony Flegg. Imelda Hibbert. Syra King. With first class honours, Ellis Powell. Georgina Reeves. Bridget Rogers Gibbs. April Sant. Adele Smith. Emma Taylor. Natasha Ward. Lee Wright. On BSc Health and Social Care top-up, Elizabeth Allen. On FDSC Hospital and Healthcare adult, Zoe Armstrong. Lindsay Barnett. With distinction, Whitney Bartlett. Beverly Berry. Laura Carr. Danielle Clark. Kaylee Cordwell. Katie Drury. With distinction, Caris Fern. Jacqueline Gell. Chloe Hardy. Rebecca Jensen. Holly Leaning. Zia Line. Rosie Palfrey. Danielle Ramsey. Philippa Rudkin. Lisa Lotta Shanes. Kirsty Sylvester. Sophie Taylor. Emma Wright. On FDSC Mental Health Studies Nursing, Donna Blythe. Carrie Harris. Emma Knight. Danielle Lehman. Kelsey Madison. Claire Smith. Jasmine Tyson. Thank you, Dr. Amanda Lee. Can I ask Ellie Monkhouse to conclude the presentations? On FDSC Health and Social Care, Yasmin Barker. Suzanne Cox. Holly Delaney. Sarah Dorr. Stevie Duffield. Laura Ellis. Terence Green. Chelsea Hanley. Lindsay Hanley. Jenny Kirk. Lindsay Lonsdale. Chloe Reddy. Chloe Ritson. Laura Sandsdad. Donna Slater. Jade Smith. Margaret Stobbs. Nicola Walters. Jade Welsh. On FDSC Community Mental Health, Melanie Barlow. Amy Devine. Lindsay Evans. Natasha Lee. Michelle Lister. Julie Mumby. Molly Shaw. Caroline Tuck. Michelle Ward. Emma Wright. That concludes the presentation of the awards. I would now like to ask our principal guest, Miss Ellie Monkhouse, to give her address.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, my name is Ellie Monkhouse, and for those of you who have had any contact with the NHS or have ever worked in the NHS or know anything about the NHS, you'll know that that was a big driver that we introduced in the NHS about a couple of years ago on the back of some work that Dr. Kate Granger did around staff introducing themselves. So we always try and introduce ourselves as, hello, my name is, because it's really important. And it's really important, the little things that make such a difference. And I've had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Kate Granger when she was still with us and worked with her on a couple of occasions. And she was always a massive inspiration to everybody who worked around her and worked with her. I'm hoping by some way to be some kind of inspiration to you all today, although having just given out lots of all these certificates, that feels quite a humbling experience to try and do. I suppose it's not a good way to start a speech by telling you all that I'm quite average. I went to an average school, I come from Leicester, I didn't have any special privileges or anything like that, and I actually didn't really start my academic journey until I'd qualified as a nurse and had been qualified about 10 years. So I think you're all really great for what you've done, and you should be very, very proud of yourself, so congratulations to you all. It's a real honour for me to be asked here today to actually talk to you about your achievements today and maybe some of my achievements on my journey to stand on this platform in front of you today. My career started in healthcare about 25 years ago. I've actually been a qualified nurse for about 22 years, and I worked really hard for that qualification, and I worked through some very difficult times both personally and professionally. I moved away from home, I started a whole new career pathway, and some days it was really, really difficult. And I'm sure during your journey, you've always had those days where you thought, what am I doing? Why am I here? But you've actually made it to the end and you've achieved what you needed to do today. And hopefully this is the start of maybe you thinking about a career in healthcare and what you want to do in the future, and maybe one day stand up on a platform like this and talk to people like you. So that's what I would say to you, aspire to be something that I'm doing. I'm really, really lucky, and every day I realise how lucky I am to actually do the job that I do. I work with some amazing people, nurses, healthcare professionals, doctors, all our psychologists. They're absolutely amazing people. Every day they give a piece of themselves to the people that they care for. And it's a real honour and a privilege to be able to have some support in people's lives when they're really vulnerable and they need some support and they need some guidance. And it's a really special gift that you have if you want to go into any area that supports people during vulnerable times. And it's a really important career to have. So welcome to that world. It's really special. It changes you as a person. I used to be very quiet. I think at school I was described as could try harder, and I have tried harder, and every day I've worked harder to be able to stand in arenas like this and talk to people like you, not just to promote nursing and healthcare, but also about you can aspire to be anything. I've worked hard every day to be where I am, and I've had some fabulous opportunities and worked with some brilliant people. And all I can do is hope that during your careers, because this is the first day of your ongoing careers, and some of you might already have careers and be wanting to change careers, then hopefully you will have the same experiences that I've had that will shape and mould you into the aspiring professionals and leaders that I know you're going to be. Nursing is leadership. Everyone's a leader in nursing. People lead, they make decisions, they guide people. So you can get your leadership skills every day by doing some of the roles that you're about to embark on. And it's a really, really rewarding experience to have when you start teaching other people and you start mentoring other people and coaching other people from the skills that you've had and the opportunities that you'll get in developing people come through. And I take no greater pleasure than when I see people that I've coached or mentored or helped through university come and work for me or come and apply for jobs in my senior nursing posts. It's such a great feeling to have, and I know at some point you'll all have that feeling as well. So I'm not going to talk for you for too long because I know it's sort of lots going on and lots of things to do. But just congratulations and thank you for asking for me to be the principal speaker today. So, and I hope you really enjoy your ongoing careers.
Thank you, Ellie. I would now like to ask Hayley Stewart to give the student vote of thanks.
Bit nervous, so on behalf of the Criminology and Social Science graduates of 2019, I'd like to thank all those who are attending today, from university staff, fellow graduates, distinguished guests and our family and friends. We would firstly wish to thank the amazing team of lecturers, Lewis, Anna, Darren and Zoe, who helped us to get here today, and for giving us the excuse to spend money on the things we love most, clothes, makeup and new shoes. Each one of you have inspired and supported and motivated us to be able to stand here today and say, yes, we are on our way to achieving our dreams. From all of us, we thank Lewis. From the minute we walked through the doors, you inspired us with the knowledge to question our understanding of the world around us. You motivated us to learn from those who came before us and how complex our view of the world should be. Arming us with the understanding there is no such thing as common sense, which from that day forth we never uttered. Use your common sense to our partners or our children. We thank Anna. You inspired us with your caring approach to look beyond the surface and to question reasoning into how we understand the origins of crime and victimisation. You motivated us to question and develop how each is situated within today's setting and how each one of us can take this further and make a difference. We also promise if we ever get to reform the criminal justice system our way, robo-cops and drones armed with mini-missiles will not appear on the list. For Darren, we thank you for inspiring us to be critical in our understanding of the criminal justice system and process, and how each and every one of us can be part of making a change that will make our society a safer place. You motivated us with your knowledge of reality and the understanding of how we can apply this into our future careers, which some have already gone on to do. And did you know he used to be a prison officer? We thank Zoe for inspiring us to question where we get our understanding of crime from and how the media play a large part in our building of our knowledge. She motivated us to question the state of play through our own eyes, stripping back every preconceived notion we had formed. She also helped develop a group of Steven Spielbergs, whose documentaries were well worthy of Oscars. Well, in our minds they were. And after our poor families viewing them multiple times, I'm sure they will also thank you. Each of you supported us. Without your guidance, patience and understanding, we would not be stood here today. But many more individuals and teams helped us to get here today. Simon and his amazing library team for supporting our studies at times and having patience of a saint, especially when it came close to assessment hand-in times and each of us had that moment with the photocopier. Ella, whose advice and guidance was invaluable in helping us to get from one marking bracket to the next. We thank Paula and her team of staff for feeding us, especially with much needed caffeine in the morning, setting us up for the day ahead. Lastly, we thank Danny, our progression coach. His amazing support throughout the 3 years was truly needed. On a personal level, he helped me through one of the hardest situations a parent could face, and without his support, I would not be stood here today. So thank you to all of you. We could not fully summarise in such a small space of time the thanks we owe to each and every one of you. But what we can say is keep doing what you are doing. Share your knowledge, challenge your students' thinking and understanding. because we are proud to say we had the best lecturers ever. And to my fellow students, yes, we did it. We showed ourselves and those around us that with the best guidance and achievement, anything, hard work, determination, and many sleepless nights have got us here today. So well done, and let's celebrate.
Thank you, Hayley. I would now like to introduce Jill Alton, OBE, Chief Executive of University Centre Grimsby, who will conclude the ceremony.
Good morning, everybody. This is absolutely the best event of the year for me, without a doubt. And I can't begin to tell you how proud I am for you all, for the drive and commitment you've demonstrated over the past few years to get to this position. You are graduating, and I know with absolute certainty that your family and friends and tutors are bursting with pride. And I would now like to take a few minutes to talk to you about preparing for your next steps. You've done brilliantly in achieving your degree, and the knowledge gained will prepare you well for your next steps. But I also want to draw attention to the other skills you've gained: the wisdom, the problem-solving skills, and the ability to adapt and challenge yourself. When you consider that 65% of young people in school today will enter jobs that don't currently exist, you begin to think what education needs to do to prepare people for that fast-changing future. Clearly, it isn't enough to just be technically brilliant in today's skills, because things move on so quickly. We all need to adapt, to embrace change at a pace that we can't even begin to predict. When I was at school, I would never ever dreamt that we would have had autonomous cars, or the ability to pay at a pub with your watch, or order something and the next day a drone drops it off. People in my day trained for years to become 100-word-minute typists, and now half the teenagers can text at that speed. Seriously, that was the latest fact that came out, aided, of course, by predictive text, and I won't talk about grammar and spelling in that. I had to study foreign languages at school, and I asked myself, would I need to do that today? Because now, 40 years on, I'm giving my age away here, on my phone I can be fluent in 152 languages. And I was recently in Russia, and I speak 3 words of Russian, which I learnt before I went, the polite to be able to say please, thank you, etc. And I was able to hold a conversation on my phone, and it was brilliant. So it just shows you exactly what can change over the period of time, and that's what you need to prepare for. So in this fast-changing world, why is education important? It's important because education isn't just about providing you with facts and figures and technical knowledge. Actually, the really important bit for me is about preparing you as an individual to play a full part in society. And I think it's always been the case. Education is such a powerful tool because it helps us build our inner and outer strength, often without us even realising it. It helps us assess and analyse situation and develop critical thinking. And that helps us deal with the challenges and problems, and it makes us better decision makers. Education is also really important because it challenges our prejudices and helps us to recognise the importance of tolerance and social understanding, to have respect for others and integrity in our actions. It is this part of education that becomes the foundation for our future and for our lives. I would imagine that many of you feel very different to the people you were when you first started your course. In those past few years, you have developed enormously. And if you just take a minute to reflect back on the journey you've had, I think you will realise as a person how much you've grown. I'm a true believer in education. It's absolutely transformed my life in terms of my career. I equally had a very humble upbringing, but education opens doors for you. But more importantly, it's transformed my life as a person and as a citizen. My values are the thing in life I treasure the most. So embrace your next choices, bask in the glory of your achievements, and do your best to make a difference in whatever career you take on, in whatever communities you live in. And before I finish, I just want to pay tribute to my colleagues, who I know go the extra mile every day. We're not an outstanding organisation by chance. It's because everybody cares about the job they do and the impact they have on the lives of you students. Quite frankly, I think they're extraordinary, and I speak for myself and my board when I say a massive thank you to them for everything they do. So now, students, family, friends, have a great day, enjoy yourself, you deserve it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. That brings this morning's ceremony to an end. Can I remind you all that there's a celebration for all graduates and guests over at Grimsby Minster, and that we will be processing through the town to the Minster. Please follow the instructions of any marshals en route. Could guests please stand while the procession leaves the ceremony hall?